The US and Iran say a memorandum of understanding to end the war and reopen the Strait of Hormuz is now in effect. President Donald Trump says he signed the agreement while in Versailles after attending the G7 summit in France. The Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian also signed the document on Wednesday. The finalization comes despite a formal ceremony being scheduled in Switzerland later this week. Iran's foreign ministry says that meeting is not confirmed. Natasha Butler has more from outside the Palace of Versailles.
The US president signed the deal after a dinner with the French President Emmanuel Macron and his wife, Brigitte. Emmanuel Macron had invited Donald Trump here to the Palace of Versailles, he said, to celebrate 250 years since the US independence. However, there is no doubt that Macron had another aim with his invitation. He wanted to make sure that Donald Trump would stay in France for the duration of the G7 summit that has just wrapped up in Evian-les-Bains near the French Alps. Donald Trump doesn't really like necessarily these sort of international gatherings, and Emmanuel Macron was worried that he might try and skip the G7 or just leave early. So that is why he gave him this invitation here to Versailles, because he knew that Donald Trump couldn't resist. This used to be the home of Louis XVI, France's most famous king, who had a soft spot for opulence and gold, just like the US president. Natasha Butler, Al Jazeera, Versailles.